You've ever thought, why is she always saying no to sex? This is for you. And before you assume that it's about your attractiveness, your timing, or your technique, I'm going to tell you it's not. I'm Leslie Dories, your marriage coach. And most men make one critical mistake. They separate out the day from the night. Daytime is for work, logistics, responsibilities, and nighttime is for relaxation, connection, and sex. But for her, there's no separation between day and night. The way you show up at 7 a.m. directly impacts what happens at 10 p.m. So if she feels ignored, dismissed, or unseen, you cannot just suddenly flip a switch and expect her to be hot and bothered. It just doesn't work that way. Because while you can probably shift on a dime and be ready for sex, she cannot. At least not once the honeymoon phase of your relationship is over. And that's a subject for another day. But here's what most guys miss. Her mind is the gatekeeper for her desire. It's actually her largest sex organ. And her mind is asking one question all day long. Do I feel connected to you? Not as a co-parent, not as a roommate, not as a business partner, but as a lover. Which means the real foreplay is not happening in the bedroom. It's happening in the small moments that you usually overlook. So when she talks, are you actually listening to her or just hearing words? When she shares, are you curious about her perspective or are you correcting the details? When she reaches out, do you respond or do you completely miss the attempt? Because these moments matter more than you think. So if you want to change your sex life, stop focusing on what is or is not happening in the bedroom. And instead, start here. Put down all the distractions when she's talking. Ask one deeper question rather than staying at the surface level. Acknowledge the small things that she says and does, and touch her without expecting it to lead anywhere. In other words, be present without an agenda, not to get something, but because that's who you are. Because here's the truth. Strong marriages and great sex lives aren't built in big moments. They're built in the small ones, handled well over and over and over again. So stop asking, what do I need to do differently in the bedroom? And start asking, how am I showing up as a partner during the day? Because for her, that is the foreplay. So hopefully this is helpful. And if you have questions about it or you're running into this issue about, I don't understand why my wife doesn't want to have sex with me anymore, here's the answer. And I can help you with that. And if you're ready to stop living like roommates or business partners and get back to that connection that you really want, I invite you to get in touch with me. You can put a comment down below that just says ready. Or you can contact me at Leslie at foundationscoachingnc.com. But the thing is, this isn't going to get better over time. And if you're focused on what's going on between the sheets, you're missing the forest for the trees. You're going to miss the solution. And I so don't want that for you. So if you're finding these helpful, please subscribe to the channel. And until next week, stay loving.